Welcome to Book Take with You, the platform where we recommend the best book to you. Today is episode 144, and we're going to recommend this book to you, Age Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Pels. And let me introduce a little bit about Dr. Mindy, right? Okay, Dr. Mindy is a New York Time best-selling authors, keynote speakers, and functional health experts who have spent more than 2 decades helping thousands of people reclaiming their health and vitality, and recognized leaders in the alternative health field and a pioneer in the fasting movements. She is passionate about teaching women how to work with their bodies, not against them. Dr. Mindy's YouTube channels reaches millions of latest science back tools for hormone health, brain optimizations, and natural healing. She's also the host of the Resetter podcast, where she dives deep into the conversation about fasting, aging, and the power of lifestyle medicines. She's the author of this book, best-selling books, Eat Age Like a Girl, and she also has other books like Fast Like a Girl or Eat Like a Girl. So let's hear from Joyce about this book.
Okay. Wow. I love this book so much. This is the latest book by Dr. Mindy. So the subtitle of the book is How Menopause Can Help to Rewire Your Brain for Mental Clarity and Increase Confidence and Renewed Energy. So before we start into talking about menopause, all these things, so that in the introduction, so Dr. Mindy actually highlight one very good um, topic about this one. Symptoms are the way that our bodies talk to us. Our brain will act like the center tower, control tower, right? Taking all the informations from outside, our environment, and also our bodies. So when something is off, so our brain will respond by giving us the signal. This kind of signal, for example, like pain, like fatigue, forgetfulness, panic, anxiety, or even confusion. All of these are warning signs that tell us that something is off. This is something that we want to learn how to listen to our body. So, asking this question, what is our brain and our bodies is trying to tell us? It's so important. So, this is something like not just women. I believe that all of us need to hear about this one. So, let's jump in to talk about menopause because the main topic about this book is about menopause, right? So, our main sex hormone for female, we have estrogen and also progesterone. Both of these hormone, they do not work in silo, which means that it doesn't work just by themselves. So they stimulate the whole array of neurotransmitters. For example, like a cocktail of that molecules of neurotransmitter. For example, dopamine, serotonin, GABA, and melatonin that can help us to our mood, to stabilize our mood, at the same time keep our memory working well. So this is something very important to know that when we lose our sex hormone during our menopause, we potentially lose close up to 12 neurochemicals that keep our brain sharp and our moods stable. It's just a little bit scary to know about this fact, right? But there's always ways how to navigate through this one. So let's jump into this one because I always believe that, and I also learned from Dr. Mindy about this. Knowledge is actually the fuel. So let's equip ourselves a little bit of the background of this hormone thingy and also about menopause so that we do not just mention about, yeah, because I'm getting older and we will go to the time that we were underrated all of this. So as our hormone shifts, neurons that we no longer need, it will prune away, right? That the new neurons will emerge. The neurons that we need, that necessary for our next phase of life. That is so powerful to know that. Because this is by design. This is not by accident. That our brain changes that happen at menopause are crucial for our well-being. So our brain will undergoing a massive, massive transformation. And so our lives, which means that like plus minus is about 50 years old. So after our menopause years, that will be have a lot of changes about our brain. So holistically, if we want to see in a very holistic way, we start to see the purpose of menopause. A lot of us, we never ask about what is the purpose of menopause. It's like nobody asks, right? I believe that, Gideon, do you actually experience that someone tell you like, or your maybe your mom or whoever around you who are after the menopause today actually tell you what is the purpose of menopause?
No, I think we seldom talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, especially I don't know. A lot of us like sweep all this thing under the carpet and we don't think that we want to talk about it. But I think this is such important topic to talk about. The purpose is to transform us to be a stronger, more powerful, and more authentic and more intelligent versions of ourselves. Dr. Mindy highlight this. I'm like, wow, to know all this thing is so powerful. So to help us to navigate through all these things. So now, about our human body, especially women. Way back then, during our Paleolithic time, our ancestor in the Neolithic, Mesolithic time, right? We are the we are in the modern world right now. Our ancestor is in the Paleolithic time era during the time, but our bodies does not. Our bodies don't. So which means that we are the primal bodies in this modern world. In this modern world we are living in, and we are still having the ancestor, our body that is just like our ancestor. Nothing different, right? So there is one part in the book talking about grandmother hypothesis. I want to read to you about this one. It is a time in which we get to take our renewed energy and put it toward a new challenges, changes in careers, redefined our related relationships, and stepping into our place of power and importance. That is the grandmother hypothesis. So this renewed energy allow women to explore a new interest, take on leadership roles, and make a deep impact on their communities and also their personal lives. So this is some of the little introduction about what this book about. All right. And then there's one chapter that Dr. Mindy dedicated talking about brain. So you know me that I'm the girl that always talk about brain and I love to study about brain. So you know that our brain, we have a right brain and also our left brain, both sides, right? So the left brain will be the one logical, analytical, linear, factual, sequential. And our one will be the one will be more creative, intuitive, emotional, nonverbal, artistic. That will be at our right brain. So during menopause, now we move to the during menopause. What changes of the brain? All right, we want to see. So during young time, our female brain are very cross-reference, which means the left and the right are the zigzag one. They can actually cross-reference a lot, left to the right very easily. So now, during menopause, the female brain will shift from the cross-referencing, the relational kind of network, to a more lateralized, which means like the right one will take care of the right one, the left and the right, okay, just like this rather than the cross-referencing so much. And this reorganization actually will reshape the behavior, our emotional responses, and our priorities. It's the reason why you can see some changes for women, especially perimenopause and also postmenopause and during this 10 to 20 years of the time. So as our estrogen declines, which means that during the menopause, we begin to turning into more of our own needs, opening the door to more clarity and then independence in a new way of seeing life. That is the difference. So when our brains remodel themselves and our neurochemical armors that I will talk about it later, that shades, many of us will wake up. We no longer wish to please other people. We are more interested in pleasing ourselves. So I'm not sure whether didn't you notice or any women during menopause time, they're actually more focused on taking care of themselves, pleasing themselves rather than go and people pleasing others. Do you notice that?
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I think this is not about behavior. It is actually about the brain changes. So our menopausal brain do not design to stay quiet or to disrupt. It's built to find our confidence, our clarity, and passion all from within. So it's like I love one sentence from Dr. Mindy. She write in this book about this one. You like you will hear the women that proudly state, "Look out, world! The real me is about to emerge. Get ready. I'm not going to hold back anymore." So it's something like maybe we don't tell the world so out loud, but internally we are like telling you about that. So the main topic, the main I would say the conclusion for the whole introduction is about menopause is not the end of anything. It's a huge beginning. So this is to help people to become a wise elder. So all the women, whether whatever age you are, I believe that this is not just a book for the midlife women. It is also a book for everyone. Later I will explain how. So let's jump into the hormone side. Okay, because definitely the whole chunk of the book talking about hormone. So there are at least 8 major brain regions that functionally rely on estrogen. So this area involves our cognition, our memory, our emotional regulation, our temperature control, and motivation. So once the estrogen hits the brain, she will cause on a crew of neurotransmitter to help to work on all the job above. For example, just I share with you the memory, the emotional, the motivation, the cognition, the memory, everything. So what Dr. Mindy said, this crew, she called it as estrogen's girl gang. Like a gang of girl come together. Estrogen is the leader. So they have a lot of girls come together with this girl. All right, they are in a gang. So when the estrogen leaves, everyone leaves together. You get what I mean? It's like when we lose this main estrogen, and all the girl gangs will leave, and all this girl gang is all the neurotransmitter. All this neurotransmitter, for example, the BDNF, right, is a brain-derived neurotropic factor. And also you have also the GABA, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, melatonin, collagen, all these things will live together with estrogen. So when you're having your period, all right, you have the period cycling, right? And these members of girl gang will keep you happy because you have all the hormones, dopamine, serotonin, will keep you motivated, calm, help you your memory at your best. So when this estrogen leaves, fades, all of these fades together, and you start to experience all this sudden loss of everything. You'll start to experience the brain fog. You'll start to lose your motivation. You'll start to feel your emotion is not stable and all the fatigue, all this thing comes. So And also one I want to highlight, a lot of people may not know, it's about the estrogen. When our estrogen is high, we are more insulin sensitive. All right. So when your estrogen decline, you are more insulin resistance. So to know about women's cycle, it is so powerful and so meaningful, and it's so necessary to know that, because you will know that, okay, you went to eat so that you won't gain weight so fast. The week before your period is actually you are more insulin resistant. So this is the time that you should not eat so much. If you eat too much, you will gain weight so easily. So, so which means that you lose one chemical, that all the desired outcome may be lost. But the good news is here. Okay, the good news, listen here. We can actually have a very intentional lifestyle. And this intentional lifestyle, it will actively bring back all the neurotransmitters in a very natural way. All right, that can definitely impact all of it. So let me highlight some part from the book. There is actually one, two, three, four, five big chapter talking about how to reclaim all the different parts for your body. First, how to reclaim back your memory in menopause. Okay, the hormone that taking care is acetylcholine, glutamate, and also BDNF. So how to take care of that? So I want to, okay, there's so many examples inside. I just want to highlight a few that I found that is very useful. Okay. Boost your memory by storytelling. Ooh, it is so powerful when you can tell some story. Remember, when we are coming together, please, no gossiping, no complaining, but storytelling. When you tell a good story, you see the listeners who opens up a new perspective. So this is a very powerful way. And the second one Dr. Mindy shared, is about this one. When you have some knowledge, you can share this knowledge, share these practices. Nowadays, it's with our social media, with our technology, it is so easy for us to share. We can share in our blog, in our podcast, in our social media, whatever way you want to share. This is so easy and simple way. And also move your body, especially in nature. That definitely help you to increase your BDNF. So that can help to boost your memory. So the second topic she talked about how to brightening your moods and deepening your connections. The how to say the hormones that taking care is dopamine, serotonin, GABA, and oxytocin. So there is one very important one I want to highlight is like find a new purpose that lights you up. A lot of ladies, a lot of women, they are busy taking care of their family and they almost do not know what they want to do if suddenly they do not need to take care of their family, right? So find this new purpose, something which is so meaningful that can really light you up. And then try something new, right? Seek novelty is something that really, really can brightens up your mood. And then spend time in nature. This is something I really, really hope that you can really go and experience yourself. Without experience yourself, you won't know that. And I know that Gideon love to go to nature, to go for hiking, to have a walk. You definitely can know how important the nature can bring to you. Can you share with us like some of your feelings when you go to nature to go for hiking or walking?
I think you're feeling you become very peaceful.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, and also you are appreciating the beauty of the nature. Um, you feel so wonderful. Then you like lost yourself in the nature.
Yeah, I think this is so important, right? So you see, you immerse yourself
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go and experience. Without experiencing, you won't know what I'm saying or what we are saying right now. Okay, so another topic she talked about is fueling your brain for better performance. Okay, talk about glucose and insulin. Oh, this is something, a topic that I really love to talk about. For better performance of your brain, glucose and insulin is these two things that you want to know about. So she will suggest you to eat a primal menopausal diet. So I don't want to talk in general, but I want to highlight something that a lot of women forget about this one. During our primal time, during for our ancestor time, they actually eat a lot of tubers, like sweet potatoes. This kind of tubers. Now we include also the beetroot, the carrot, the lotus root. A lot of women forgot about these sweet potatoes, the lotus root. They're really, really helpful, and it's helpful to get back your brain function as well. So we have beans, we have legumes as well. This is like the menopausal diet. And now, it's something I'm very into recently. It's called fasting. Whoa. It is like practicing different levels of fasting. We have intermittent fasting, where I'm right now, and also we have 24 hours fast. We have 3-day water fast. We have so many different fasts. So Dr. Mindy, she dedicated one book, particularly called Fast Like a Girl, just to teach people how to fast in the right way. Because especially women, okay, we learn about fasting, we have to remember, especially when you have cycle, even though you don't have your cycle, you're already post-menopause, but you still need to go through the right way to fast. If it is not, you may not gain the maximum, not to say do not gain the maximum, let's say you do not experience the healing effect that you want, right? So this is the book that definitely I will take some time to share in the next episode. Okay, so now let's talk about exercising the menopause way. Okay, collagen and creatine is something that people want to take care on. When we want to strengthen our bones, muscle, and tendons. We don't want to lose our muscle. It's important to exercise regularly and get our strength training often. So, and eat the collagen-rich food, for example, the bone broth, the fish, the chicken, beef, or egg. So, and I want to highlight a natural collagen production, which is vitamin C, zinc, copper, and amino acid. I just want to tell you, so many of us, we are lack of copper. We don't have enough copper in our body, and we don't have enough zinc and vitamin C. And now it's also included amino acids. So we would just really want to help. If you want your collagen to boost, you need all this thing inside our body. And recently I go to do some blood tests. I found out that, oh, my copper is not up to the line. This is something we all want to take care of. All right. And then we want to avoid the collagen damaging foods, all the processed food, as you know that, alcohol, smoking, UV exposure, and all this thing. So now I want to highlight about getting a good night's sleep. I just want to highlight one. The hormone that taking care about sleep is melatonin. Most of you know it. So in the book, Dr. Mindy highlight about getting ourselves ground. Uh, you, we can go to the nature, step on the grass, on the barefoot on the grass, on the soil, that help us to ground. If you don't have the luxury to go to the nature to step on the grass, you can always take, Dr. Mindy suggests about the grounding mat. The grounding mat, or we call it grounding sheet or earthing mat, all these things that put on your bed that can really help you to ground so that you can have a better sleep. And remember, don't eat, stop eating 3 hours before you sleep. A lot of people may not know, you all may know, yes, we just like we do not practice. Until you practice, you will understand why. Right? And creating now, at the end of the book, she mentioned about creating a healing team. If you want to heal yourself, you need a team of people to help you. Remember of that, many conventional doctors, they are ill-equipped with the lifestyle solution or the lifestyle changes that did not come along with their medical training back then. So we got to gather. We got to gather a group of right expert. For example, I work together and work very closely with functional medical doctors. So to help to get myself up through the optimum and to help those my client together, and also we get the therapists that can help you to heal you from the emotion, the negative emotion, and also the unresolved trauma. All of us, we have big trauma, small trauma that we get to heal ourselves. Right therapist is very important. Work together with the right nutrition coach, nutritionist. They can really help you to get back to your optimum health. And also a personal trainer. Choosing a good personal trainer that really understand you, especially women, we have our cycle. We got to train according to our cycle. We're not just training like a man. It's very, very different. Okay, so last but not least, big chunk of the appendix A talking about a means guide to supporting the women that you love through menopause. I think this chapter um, is very suitable for every man, that not just the men that have a wife. I would say a man that have their mom, also they have their sisters, that this really can help them to navigate through this one. Let me read for you some part of the book, but I feel like this is so powerful. Dr. Mindy said, she is not broken. All right. Quote, she is transforming. She is becoming more of who she really is. The woman that you love is stepping into a more powerful, wise, and aligned version of herself. But she needs space, grace, and support to get there. This is not the end of her. It's the beginning of something remarkable. What you do need is to be present. Guys, listen. What you do need is to be present, curious, and willing to hold the space for the process that is unfamiliar, even uncomfortable for both of you. From a partner to an ally. A partner might love her well, show up, help out, and care deeply. What is an ally? An ally sees her in her full becoming. An ally does not just support her day to day. He honors her becoming something bigger than either of you imagine of. Your role is to walk with her, shoulder to shoulder. Because if you do, you are not just supporting her, you are evolving with her. You are procreating a new dynamic, a new relationship, one rooted not in who you were, but in who you are both becoming. So powerful that this chapter talking about the transformation during the period of time for both parties. So let me know in the comment section below um and who you want to recommend this book to. And you can always share this video to those people that you love, and or go to support Dr. Mindy, buy this book, Age Like a Girl, and then see you in the next episode.